Businessman Shawn Baptiste wants to expand his water trucking business to offer bottled water to customers as well. The owner of Croix Incorporated came before the Senate Committee on the Whole to discuss his plans. Baptiste currently trucks water sourced from a well that he owns, but must currently rely on the VI Water and Power Authority WAPA for distilled water. Now he wants to add a distillation plant to his operations.
Because in the past times we have problem issues with the Virgin Island Authority dealing with our businesses and dealing with our customers that when they have line bursts or what's not, it affects my customers. So I'm going to have a RO plant that is going to purify the water. So in any inconvenience of dealing with my customers that out of water, we can photo supply them. And also, it's a good thing throughout the Virgin Islands because we could also supply the Department of WAPA with the purified water too, because we're right next to the main line that heads registered. For instance, if you guys have a water line that is bursting in Christiansted, sometimes the people in Fredericksted are affected by not getting water. So centrally, Sunny Isles, this for next, we could tap into the main line for WAPA and we could also feed the community water.
To be able to do this, Baptiste had to apply to the Department of Planning and Natural Resources to rezone 1.42 acres of his property in Estate Diamond from residential to commercial. The rezoning would allow for the installation of the distillation plant and the addition of a multi-unit office complex on the site. An underground cistern already under construction by Mr. Baptiste has the capacity to hold 1.5 million gallons of water, which could act as a source to backstop water supplies when WAPA is unable to deliver to Fredericksted. Baptiste argued that the office complex would also provide benefit for the wider community.
I see my business in the next 5 years. Once it's rezoning, I will be able to assist the government with some of the issues with when they have a bus water line in different areas, dealing with the community too. As we know, we've been having a problem with the seawater and the seaweed coming into the desalinating plant that they have. With that, we won't have that issue. I will be able to fulfill the community with good drinking water. Also, dealing with the complex of the office buildings, you have a lot of other businesses would like to get in business, but they just don't have a place of business to be. So I would see it's more beneficial to the community than anything else.
However, Baptiste faced opposition to his plans by at least 2 property owners adjacent to him who were concerned about the blockage of a private road and about the expansion's impact on the local water table, among other things. Concerns were also raised about the possibility of land subsidence because of the removal of earth. All those concerns were addressed, said Leah Laplace Matthew, territorial planner with the Division of Comprehensive and Coastal Zone Planning in the Department of Planning and Natural Resources. As such, Baptiste's expansion plans were approved, but for several reasons, including that DPNR did not want an industrial operation in a residential area, the distillation plant was denied.
There's no commercial zoning in the area, and the commercial zone is technically an industrial type zone, and so the department was not supportive of an industrial type zone smack dab in the middle of a business/residential area. Also, the requested commercial zone would not have allowed the water distillation plant anyway.
Despite the denial, a variance use clause established by DPNR will allow Baptiste to do some level of water distillation and ice manufacturing on site. Baptiste said he would consider the use of other technologies such as robotics to bottle the water if needed. The owner of Croix was just one of the local entrepreneurs that senators threw their support behind when they came to request land zoning changes last week. Another, Ratiz Alember, is the owner of an electronic repair shop. He applied to have his property rezoned from residential to commercial in order to start a car rental company. Estelle McIntosh received approval to expand an existing structure on Estate Lagrange in the West End quarter of St. Croix from a 1-story duplex to 2 stories, which will then consist of 4 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments. Senators approved of her proposal on condition that the property does not exceed 4 dwelling units. The Department of Public Works, represented by Commissioner Derek Gabriel, also received approval for 2 plots in Estate Concordia in the Western Quarter to be rezoned from residential to public. This would bring the property into zoning compliance and would facilitate the demolition and renovation of the Department of Public Works Frederiksted facility. The government of the United States Virgin Islands has owned the DPW satellite location for over 30 years. It needed to be rezoned because the original designation, R3 residential, does not allow for offices, storage, or mechanical repairs, according to DPNR.